Hi cuties, welcome back to Ellie's Electric Gym. I'm Eleanor, your gym leader. Today I'm going to show you how to walk forever in every main series Pokemon game. Use the timestamps in the description to jump to whichever game you're playing. In every Pokemon game, there is at least one location where you can hold down certain buttons which will force the game into an infinite walking loop. First, I'll explain why you would want to use these. Then, I'll detail the in-game locations where you can set this up. Finally, I'll show you how I physically set up my console to perform the trade. Starting in Gen 1 up to Gen 6, this can be used to perform the daycare trade. Set up your Game Boy on a charger at bedtime and level up a Pokemon in the daycare while you sleep. Starting with Pikachu in yellow version, and with every Pokemon starting in Gen 2, this can be used to increase friendship. This makes friendship evolutions and powering up return automatic and easy. And starting in Gen 2, this can be used to automatically hatch eggs. I can't tell you how many eggs I've hatched automatically while I was cleaning my room or doing my laundry or playing a different Pokemon. Alright, let's get started with the locations. Here's where you gotta go in each Pokemon game to perform the trade. In red, blue, green, and yellow, go to Viridian Gym or the Rocket Hideout in Celadon and use the arrow tiles. There are no eggs to hatch, but you can do the daycare trick. In Generation 2, head to ecruteak Gym. Hold up on the D-pad once you walk in the door. You'll keep falling and being returned to the start. In Ruby and Sapphire, head to Route 111 or the North Cliff face of the desert. Ride the mock bike, step up to the tile immediately in front of the ramp, and hold up. You'll keep going up, down, up, down, up, down. This trick was patched to not work in Emerald. Instead, you can go to Lily Cove City and surf to the Team Aqua hideout and use these warp panels. Unfortunately, the Pokénav phone will ring, interrupting you, so you'll have to keep an eye on it. Emerald's not the best place. In Pokemon Colosseum in XD and Agate Village, you can hold down at this spot. If your screen moves left and right like this, you're doing it right. In FireRed and LeafGreen, just like in Gen 1, head to Viridian Gym or Rocket Hideout and use the arrow tiles. In Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, you can use the arrow tiles in Fuego Ironworks. Hold B to run. In HeartGold and SoulSilver, just like in Gen 2, head to ecruteak Gym and hold up. Make sure you activate the running shoes. In all of the Gen 5 games, head to the gear station in Nimbasa City. In this row, hold either up or down and B to run. In X and Y, head to Lumiose City Center and hold either left or right to ride your bike around the circle. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, head to this corner in the Battle Resort and then hold up. If you're hatching eggs, you'll have to reset it after each egg, so that makes hatching an XY a little superior. In Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, some things have changed. Unfortunately, the daycare no longer offers experience points, so that part of the trick is ruined. However, you can still do a few loops by taking advantage of camera angles at certain map transition points. Here's one in Howley City where you can hold left and slightly down. Here's another in the professor's lab by holding down and right. If you're trying to hatch eggs, though, the tauros fence area near the daycare is much more time efficient, though not automatic. You'll have to spin the circle. In Sword and Shield, anywhere in the wild area, you can use the free camera to bike in a circle. There are several ways to set it up, but I usually do it with regular controls and my sticks in opposite directions. Conveniently, this is possible to do right in front of the nursery in the wild area east of Motosto. Finally, I'll show you how I physically set up my console to hold the buttons down. On my DS Lite, I use these cheap chip clips I bought at the grocery store. They're not perfect, but once you get them situated right, they tend to stay put. They can hold down the B button too if you need to run. On my 3DS, it's super easy to shove a guitar pick under the circle pad. I've heard of people using pennies and dimes as well, but it is skinnier, has less rigid edges, and won't scratch your console if it gets loose in your carrying case. Plus, you could play guitar with it or use it as a stylus in a pinch. I use Dunlop 1.0 millimeters. They're the blue ones. I use these for guitar too. And on my Switch Lite, I use a jumbo rubber band. I bought a big pack of these 5 years ago. They're over in the office supplies aisle. They're intended for clipboards, but there's so many ways you can use these. You can also do the trick in reverse using something smaller, like a stretchy, elastic-free hair tie. I literally pulled this one out of my hair to record the footage. Don't use one that's too taut or you'll damage your control sticks. I can also do this with my wireless controller and my chip clips. So that's how to walk forever in every Pokemon main series game. If you liked the video, give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to get more great retro Pokemon content. Thanks for watching, and remember, llamas forever. La la llamas. La